Okay, the sword banishing ritual. As always, the videos that I upload on my channel are always geared towards the beginners and people who need a place to start, specifically a safe place to start. Like if you just now getting into doing some magic or working with spirits or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, I believe now, knowing what I know now, everybody should start with some form of protection. I believe most of us have spiritual protection already to an extent, but the brighter that your light starts shining, you know what I'm saying, like the more attention that you're going to attract, you know what I'm saying, not only from the good motherfuckers, but you also going to be attracting that attention from some harmful shit too that just want to bring you trouble. So I think a safe place for anybody to start is going to be with setting some kind of form of protection that you can use as a tool if you need to. Anyway, the sword banishing ritual. Real quick, the ritual itself, it starts with, you got to activate it first. And there's 11 names. There's 11 names that you call on. You say each name 3 times each. All right, so you're saying each of the 11 names 3 times each. And what that does, that makes it so that the spirits can hear you. It opens up a gateway so that they can hear your call. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you activate. That's how you make it to where you're able to perform the ritual and it work for you. You have to activate it first by calling on the names. After that, the ritual itself, it consists of, is 4 angels that you work with on a regular basis. So it's almost like you just kind of like go into a light meditation and you visualize the sun. You visualize yourself looking at the sun. You feel the power from that sun. And then you shrink that sun down. Let the sun shrink down to an itty bitty speck of light. And you place the sun in your heart. So that sun shrinks down into a small speck of light. And you place it right in the middle of your chest. After that, you want to call on the angel Yohak. When you call on Yohak, you imagine that Yohak is standing on the right side of you, facing the same way that you're facing. Imagine Yohak is standing on the right side of you, and he has 2 swords in his hand. One sword is going across his body in a defensive position. The other sword is pointed forward, ready to attack, ready to get on somebody's ass. All right. Imagine these swords are like made of some kind of brilliant metal to where they're shining bright and some shit like that. After that, you want to call on the angel Kalak. Kalak is going to appear. You imagine Kalak appearing on your left side. He too has 2 swords in his hand, one going across his body in a defensive way. The other sword is pointed forward, ready to attack, ready to get on somebody's ass. All right. Then, after that, you're going to call on the angel Nazariel. When you call on Nazariel, you're not imagining a form of an angel. You're just remembering that speck of light that's in your heart. All right. So you're not imagining angel as you are with the other 2. You just calling on Nazariel, and then you're remembering, you shift your awareness to that star in your chest, the sun. All right. Then after that, you call on the angel Uzziel. Again, when you call on Uzziel, you're not imagining an angel per se. When you call on Uzziel, you imagine that star, the sun in your chest, is expanding outward and it's covering all of you, and it can be however big you want it to be. So it expands into a brilliant, bright light that's shining and it's covering your whole body. All right. And then after that, you just kind of hold it for a second and let shit fade away. And then the ritual is done. So the purpose of it, what it does is the ritual kind of clears the space around you. All right. So say if you was about to do some magic work or something, you do this ritual before you begin the magic work. And what that does is it's going to create a bubble for you. You know what I'm saying? It's going to clear the space so you ain't got to worry about like no negative entities or some shit like trying to jump on your psychic energy, and you know what I'm saying? Or so you ain't making it so you ain't really worried about letting any negativity in as you're trying to do your work. Not only that though, but anytime you feel you need to clear the space, like if you just chilling at the crib and you feeling uneasy and you feeling like you're being watched, or you hearing unnecessary noises around the house, and you know how it is when you just kind of start feeling uneasy about shit, like then you can do the sword banishing ritual, you know what I'm saying? Just clear that space, you know what I'm saying, around you, just in case it is something, you know what I'm saying, lurking around you that wants to bring you harm or something. Anyway, I think that this is perfect for a beginner. I've been doing it a lot lately. They say you get the best results the more regular you do it. In the book, he says for the best results, you should do it when you wake up in the morning and when you're falling asleep at night. And then anytime you go to do any kind of magic work, he's saying do the sword banishing ritual before you begin. And anytime you feel like anything that's too supernatural is going on around you, you can always perform the sword banishing ritual. The angels, they'll come when you call. Like for me, the angels make their presence known when I'm looking at the back of my eyelids. Like at first it'll be black. Once I get to doing the ritual and calling on the angels, typically the black, it starts changing colors. Like it might be a bright white light, or it might change to blue, you know what I'm saying, or just different colors. Like for me, that's how they've been making their presence known, you know what I'm saying, and letting me know that like the protection is here, like nigga, like we here, let me know like that they here whenever I'm calling. So anyway, the shit Damon Brand says in the book that like the sword banishing ritual, it's a good way. It will, like, it's strong enough to hold off like a psychic attack, but it's kind of only like a temporary thing. Like it put me in the mind of like a 5-hour energy shot, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not like something that you just do one time and then you good. It's like, nah, like he's saying, like do it when you wake up, do it when you go to sleep, or do it when you about to go inside of about to begin any type of magic work, or do it any time that you feel like it needs to be done. So anyway, I think I'm gonna leave the video at that. For beginners especially, these books are written for beginners. Like me, I'm just getting into this shit too. You know what I'm saying? The last year or two, like the books are written for beginners. You know what I'm saying? To give you a safe place to start. I know it's creepy when you think about calling on spirits and type shit. That's why you might as well start with some protection, some form of protection. This is an excellent book. Definitely get this if you into any of this shit.